hear it sounding. Hey Arisers, what's arising? Welcome back to another great episode. I have a wonderful guest for you guys today with a high topic, literally. I had to throw one out there. She is in the CBD industry, the cannabis industry, blogger, a model. She's a phenomenal woman to say the least. Can you guys please give it up for Francesca?
Hi guys.
How are you?
I am doing extremely well. How are you?
I've been very busy with things, and I'm sure you have too. Your Instagram is on fire.
Oh, thank you.
I love all of your pictures.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. So now what I have gathered from you is that you definitely live in Las Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada. And of course, you have the casino, you think of the lights, the glitz, the glamour. And is it like that where you are?
Honestly, no. It is completely different. People, when I moved here like 15 years ago, when I moved here 15 years ago, I just fell in love with the suburbs because like as a local, as a local, it's just more near to nature. I mean, I knew this and I manifested this because like I stayed for a couple of months with a friend back in 2001, and he said, I feel like I'm gonna live here. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know, I just don't know, but I know I'm moving. And then a few years later, like in 2006, I moved out here and fell in love with it even more. There's like nature, there's a lot of trails, a lot of hikes, and the locals, you're gonna fall in love with the locals. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the strip, I love downtown. There's like this whole entire warmth, and you know, I'm Filipino, and there's a lot of Filipino there's a big community. I've seen the Filipino community grow. There's a lot of Hawaiians here too, and they call this the ninth island. And you will see like different poke places, Hawaiian food, and besides that there's no ocean, girl, in here, you'll feel like you are in Hawaii.
Wow. Now, with you being in Las Vegas, the first thing that comes to my head is cannabis. I notice everywhere that people are legalizing in all different states now.
And congratulations to you guys.
Now, how did you actually get into this?
Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but it's okay. I have zero shame. I have been a cannabis user for good Lord knows when. I have always been an entrepreneur, and with that being said, I was a user, and I was an advocate. I was such an advocate of the plant ever since, because of like me being diagnosed with bipolar disorder and all of that stuff. It was just such a passion for me at even such a young age. Did I sell a little something to my friends when I was younger and package it really pretty rather than the whole entire time? Yes, because I'm a hustler. I'm a woman. I'm a CEO since early 2000 when it comes to cannabis. And I wanted to change things, just like my college days. I would grab those little stalks. Nobody knew how to trim back in the day. I will cut them, I will trim them and put it in a nice little pouch and call it potpourri. And
wow!
And make it really packaged. And I was really, really like,
wow.
I just had a feeling that it was going to get legal because it's made from earth. And this is coming from Gaia. This is coming from source. And then when it started to get legal, once it started to become medicinal, my mom, who's also an entrepreneur, who was actually in the tobacco industry, I said, look, I'm going to be upfront. You know how I feel about cannabis. And she's like, yes, what is it? And he said, look, I hate rolling. I love my blunt. But the thing is, I do not know how to roll for crap. you are in the tobacco industry in the roll your own. What if we do a roll your own blunt system? You just put like an injector, make it easy, done. You know, and we created that. That was like my first step. It was created in 2016, and then we released it in 2017. But I talked to my mom back in 2012. I started working at in the cannabis industry with my product, especially when the start of the CBD boom. Everything was like, the packaging was so how do you call this? It was so masculine. Men don't buy stuff, women do. And I wanted to cater to my women, and I wanted to I wanted to cater to my sisters. So I created Lola and Mila. I wanted to make sure that it's all natural ingredients and vegetarian, and also there's some vegan products in there. There's no animal products.
What?
Yes. Recipes from the islands, like it's just,
wow.
It's amazing.
Well, you definitely have a journey here, and I see that you have more of a journey still awaiting for you, and more props to you. And it's just amazing how this came from you and your mom. And so I know that this topic can go in a lot of places, just how it's looked at, who looked at it, with society change, but of course we want to keep it in music. So let's go ahead and jump into this. And I do wonder, because I'm not a user, and a lot of people who know me know that about me. You are a singer yourself. How is it that artists seem to have, or people seem to look at artists as being so creative and bringing out the most in their creativity when they're high, when they're under the influence? How is that? Why? How come they can't make great music when they're sober? And this is the one question I've always had, so I'm so happy to talk to you, because you are the source that's coming from it, because you also do music.
Yes.
So please let us know.
Okay, so on a science level first. Yeah, I know. On a science level, there's like different strains, right? For example, this particular artist is smoking indica. It really triggers your relaxation response. So once that you're not that tense and it triggers your relaxation response, your creative juices starts to flow. It depends on the chemical, your own DNA and your own chemical makeup, your individual makeup, to how the cannabis responds. I am an advocate, and I utilize cannabis so well, especially in the THC area as well, and also the CBD. THC, on the other hand, me writing a song, me performing, does not go well. It
doesn't go well at all.
It does not go well at all. All of a sudden, I can't even write. Now, I have not tried to combine CBD and THC together. It may be something. You're giving me ideas to what to do. But I completely understand why artists use it to enhance the creativity side. Because as artists, and you know this, as artists, we're naturally empathic. We are true empaths. When we listen to music, we hear the sound, we hear the beat, and then add the lyrics. We're basically cooking. So these are the ingredients of we are having that great ingredients, putting it together, and that's why we have this certain our certain audience would really feel the music of our song. Now, if you're tense and you're stressed out, it reflects on the food, right? When you're cooking, it reflects on the food. It will also reflect on the music that we write, we compose. And that's why there's some that will probably, partake in the THC side. I would definitely tell them, go to the CBD route, so you're not completely out there. Just CBD.
You kind of lose it a bit.
Yeah, you would lose the whole entire essence of yourself. But with CBD, on the other hand, you don't get high from it, and it gives you clarity and focus, and also will help you with your parasympathetic nervous system. Or I always say, breathe, do yoga, don't overdo it. There's always like a balance. It's just like wine or any alcohol whatsoever. There is a certain point where you use it, you enjoy it a little bit, and overuse it. I like balance.
Balance is a good thing in pretty much every key of life.
For sure.
And you know, I look at, because even in we can always go back from today. I look at George Clinton with the Atomic Dog, and that whole thing was psychedelic, aka hallucinations. Like,
oh, yeah.
A lot was going on. You have these legendary artists who made these legendary songs, and it's like nobody thought this was weird.
Exactly. I don't normally partake with any psychedelics whatsoever. I mean, as long as it's coming from plants. I have tried it once or twice. I felt like I was in Spider-Verse or something like that. And
Spider-Verse.
They utilize it. It's just that because, like, as artists, and every artist, every musician knows this, that we see the world so differently that we tend to take it to the next level. We go into a different dimension. You know what I mean? So
yeah, they definitely went into a different dimension with that. And I think of artists today, well, you have the one and only Snoop Dogg, and of course he's in the CBD business, and he owns his own business and everything. And we see how he came out as an artist. When Wiz Khalifa came out, we always revert back to, okay, this is our today's Snoop Dogg. Both of them are big time smokers. They both have this relaxed flow and just the way they carry themselves. And they had a whole contest of weed smoking, like who's going to be standing.
I saw that.
And it's just amazing to see how far cannabis has come today and how well we've accepted it. And I can really say that music had a huge part to do with this.
I 100%, because music is a great outlet for us to express our rights, our emotions, our day-to-day struggles, day-to-day joy. And music is so universal that they lead, like, again, I have so much mad respect to Snoop Dogg, because like he was one of the first, hip hop artists that I actually listened to. And, it was just so amazing for him to like even open my eyes into the music part. And also we share the love and affinity for cannabis is a big plus. And like he was just a big part of like widening my horizons when it comes to music, because I just grew up with R&B and soul most of my life.
And that's amazing that you grew up with that, being Filipino. And I know music is universal, but the way that R&B is a part of you heavenly, being in the Philippines.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were talking about this and they said, you have no idea. We Filipinos are so romantic. We just love to love, and we love music. That. Yeah, we just love music. Our top artist, like back in 2000, was Brian McKnight. Charlie Wilson.
He is amazing. I love Brian McKnight.
Yeah, Brian McKnight is incredibly just like a god in the Philippines, especially in the 90s and 2000s. Like those two albums that he had, it was just amazing. And then in the mid 2000s, he made a Filipino song. Like he made a Filipino song for us.
And I've listened to all his albums, and I don't think I'm
going to send you that song.
Yeah, you have to send that to me.
I'm getting goosebumps just hearing it, because it says like I'm sorry, I think that's the name. And someone asked me like who's my favorite R&B singer. It's like R&B and soul singers, Anita Baker, because that's where I grew up. Oleta Adams is like my one of my greatest like I don't know, like if I would see them, or Gladys Knight, I would probably pee in my pants. I would go down to my knees and start to like, I am not worthy.
Well, all of these artists that you named, I love. I love Brian McKnight. I love Anita Baker. For sure, I love Whitney Houston. And Whitney was a little bit past Cannabis, you know.
Exactly.
But she still made wonderful music.
Yeah, and then with the modern ones too, like when I talk to like my younger brothers, like who do you love now? It's like, speaking of like Cannabis artists, she's like, oh my God. Like he would always tell me like, have you listened to Jhené Aiko? And she is so pro Cannabis, and she's like, and at the same time, her musical content amazing. Like she has a song called Sativa, and I would just say like, of course she loves Sativa, and the lyrical content that she has, her melodies, the usage of harps, her cover for Keep Your Head Up by Tupac, just gave me like goosebumps on how this beautiful being, beautiful divine feminine can create that beautiful sound in that tiny little body.
She is tiny, but she is so loved. Now I do want to ask this question because I feel like this question is pretty important to people who can be like me, who are not users, but this can be for people who use or who don't use. It's just a question for everyone. Do you think, because I do want your reviews on this, do you think with artists being under the influence that they make great music, if you take that away from them, that it takes away their creativity, they can't really make those same songs if they wasn't under the influence, if they were sober? Do you think that their creativity will fall short from that?
It would definitely be a different person, you know. It would definitely be, I understand it. I understand why they use it, and I'm not going to judge them for it, and nor I'm going to judge another person that can get high on life, you know.
Yeah.
And I fully embrace that side too, because it's like, even though personally I partake in all forms of cannabis, I wouldn't use it when I'm performing, writing a song, even recording. It's just not my thing, because I need to have that balance. Because there's like, that's one thing for artists. You need to find a balance, because you don't want to be stoned out of your effing mind the whole entire time you're recording. First of all, kudos to you having all of that money for your time to do retakes with your producer. And I just say, like, balance, utilize the plant to enhance your creativity and not just block it. Find that balance, do different things. I mean, for me, it's like self-care is so important. Change it. Utilize your emotions. I always say this as artists too. Always write down, if there's something, write it down right away, or it's gonna fleet as fast as you thought about it.
You know the struggle, and that is 100% true, and I've had that happen to me countless of times.
Yeah, and on a spiritual realm, that's a download, because like, that's why like musicians like us, artists like us, we get inspired, just because that is a spiritual download. That is a spiritual download for you to write that down, because you're going to help someone heal through your music, and you better show that to the world.
Okay, and a very interesting answer. And I love how you compare that to other forms of being balanced, or other forms of getting into that headspace when you're not under the influence, when you're not a user. Because just like they will smoke cannabis to enhance their creativity, it can be compared to people like me who are high on life. You can take yoga, you can exercise, we can get into a certain vibe, candles, in order to enter into that creative space to kind of match that level. I do feel like this is kind of a tad bit off, because it is something that you are putting into your body, but at the same time, there are more things to do for you to enhance your creativity.
Yes, there's different ways to it. You don't have to smoke. That's what I say. You don't have to smoke cannabis to enhance your creativity, to do it all the time. If you need a little bit to use it as a stress reliever, just to take a little bit of puff here and there, take a drop of your THC, or even take a drop of your CBD. CBD doesn't get you high. You could just utilize CBD. Same thing. Like my uplift formula does not have any THC in there. It has properties that will help you uplift yourself from the B12 and the CBD and the CBG, and it brings you more positivity, and it just helps you. It just helps you, and without getting high. Some people don't like getting high, but they want to benefit from the plant.
Yeah, I tell you, it's amazing how far cannabis has come, period. There are so many different forms of weed now, but now we are out of time, and I have to say that this has been an amazing conversation, and I want to say thank you so much for coming on Sound Vent and enlightening us on the subject.
I am completely honored. When you reached out to me and they said an empowered woman, yes, I will. I will definitely be so honored. I am completely honored for you to share this platform and to talk. I can talk to you all day long, and
Yes. Now, before you go, we have to hear you sing.
Oh, okay. Okay, I will sing an Alicia Keys, because Alicia Keys is my girl.
Okay, we got AK in the house.
Some people live. Hold on. I need to look at my lyrics, because all of a sudden I'm just like, I ain't got you. Yeah. Hey. Here. I got it. Some people search for a fountain that promises forever young. Some people need 3 dozen roses, and that's the only way to prove you love them. Here.
Oh my gosh, you got chops, girl. You got chops.
It's the Filipino in me. Thank you, Brian McKnight. Thank you, Alicia Keys. Thank you, and Anita Baker. Thank you, soul music, for bringing my soul back to life.
I love it. And that's what it does. Thank you so much, Mara, once again. Thank you so much for talking to us. We clicked right away. And I just love how you started off the conversation to get you on here. You was just like, all right, I'm gonna let you know I'm a little lit right now.
It's like, happy 420.
Oh, Mara, I tell you, you gotta come back on the show. I appreciate you so much. You guys, please make sure that you follow Mara. All of her information will be in the description below, her Instagram and whatever else she has going on. I promise you, you will love her work. And thank you guys so much for clicking on this channel and tuning in. I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe and like this video. You do not want to miss any more videos.
You always have me. You just let me know. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Until next time.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.